moving, keep moving. Keep moving, keep moving. Foot on the gas, cannot let them pass, they won't stop the movement. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Keep pushing, keep pushing. No matter how hard they try, they know that they can't stop the mission. Keep running, keep running, keep running, keep running, cause they gonna test us. Keep running, keep running, keep running, keep running, so they cannot catch us. Keep running, keep running, keep running, keep running, cause they wanna test us. Keep running, keep running, keep running, keep running, good luck trying to catch us. Good luck trying to catch us. We ain't gon' never stop. Good luck trying to catch us. We ain't gon' never stop.
Greetings, Spider-Men and Spider-Women. I am your unfortunate victim and host of this luxurious podcast, Immortal Brando. I'm joined here by these other radioactive spider people here. Let's start from the top. Cryo Gaming, introduce yourself.
Hi.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, nothing special? Fine. Spider Hunter James, introduce yourself.
I'm hunting spiders.
There you go, there you go. Ender, introduce yourself.
I'm here.
Now. Alright. Torres. Don't worry. We don't have a gun to your head or anything. You're perfectly fine.
He doesn't.
The Art Phantoms, introduce yourself.
Well, welcome. And I'm here to bring a little bit of exaggerated swagger to this podcast.
Oh,
And again, in line. And last but not least, Des, introduce yourself, madam.
Yes, I'm here.
All right.
Introduce me, you bitch.
I didn't say anything. I was like, someone's gonna bring it up.
I forgot. Renegade, man. Introduce yourself. I completely forgot about you.
I'm being held hostage by bums, so let's get it.
Yeah, he will listen to Inner Venom right now. Insert Eminem song here.
No, please.
Hey, most of us bums in here have the platinum and you don't. A Miles.
Hey,
sir.
I have 2 platinum. I have life, sir.
Listen, he'll be faster than Drill.
That's true.
That is true. That's true. Yep.
Man, it took like a whole year. I'm like, what are you doing?
Okay,
All
so
right,
I
you're
have
supposed to
not
agree
platinumed it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. You can join Renegade.
No platinum club. Yeah.
Alrighty. Now I'm gonna read up number 1. Let's start off this podcast by talking about the difference between Peter and Miles. What do you like the most regarding the gameplay of Miles Morales? Like, stealth mechanics, Venom, the gadgets, etc. So who was the goal
Basically
first?
everything, I assume.
Yeah. Since you spoke up, James, you go first.
I think the Venom power is like default, just ridiculously OP. It's fun. I like that you can actually do. What is it? You can do like the Venom jump into the dash. So I like that he even has a combo with his Venom powers. The camouflage is outright like Miles slaps Peter in stealth. I mean, I feel like
that is a fact.
that was gonna
Like,
be obvious, but I mean, he can go
ridiculous.
invisible. And in gameplay, you can just instantly disengage and be safe. It's like, holy shit.
All right. It's like breaking an arm and leg just to disengage with Peter. Now you can just like press a button and whoop, walk away.
I think the obvious one is his gadgets are weaker, but I will say the web bomb and the gravity bomb like together are really like stupidly powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, Miles is fun, but Peter has more gadgets. I think that's at least my consensus.
And they also had suit powers though, which those on itself are just absurdly broken when you use the right combinations. And also use the exploit, which I'm not going to share on live because I want to get patched.
I'm indifferent with Miles on the mod stuff. I'm like, it's some of the stuff is still pretty damn good, so I can't complain.
Yeah, for sure. See anyone else? Torres?
Pretty much the same thing James said. Like, the Venom Blast is very fun to use. He just doesn't have many web gadgets, which they're probably gonna give him more in the inevitable sequel. But for what we got right now, he's pretty fun to play as. The stealth is way more improved. I feel like you have more variety in stealth. Like, you do web takeouts on the walls, the ceilings. And also, I don't think I mentioned this, the web swinging. He has the web swing's more the same. except he has more web tricks because in the original Marvel Spider-Man, he only could do like maybe 4 different tricks, but Miles can he has so many styles with his web swinging. It feels very fluid.
Exaggerated, yeah.
Yes, saturated. Yeah, but Miles is he's way better to play as, but I still like playing as Peter because I feel like even though the Venom Blast is very fun to use, it can be pretty OP. Yeah.
That was probably something that I'm not great at video games, right? So I liked the Venom. I like using the Venom powers a lot. As far as the gadgets, I truthfully a lot of the times kind of forgot about the gadget aspect because you didn't have as much as Peter did, like you guys said. But I definitely did do the Venom powers as much as I could, and the stealth saved my ass a lot. The camouflage, especially when you had to go into Roxxon facilities and deal with a shit ton of the Roxxon workers, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, and then as far as the web slinging, I enjoyed the web slinging because I liked doing tricks while I was trying to. If I wasn't fast traveling and I felt like web slinging across the city, it was nice to do tricks to kind of pass the time, if that makes sense. But yeah.
All right. Anyone else? Endo, you go ahead.
Okay. So what I thought about it is, I really like playing as Miles because you could be stealthy and all that. But the thing about it is, the Venom power though, as everybody's saying, it's way too OP because I could just go and fight crime and just kill everybody at once if I have it fully charged up,
Yeah, I noticed that the Venom Blast, that's the one that saves my ass the most because everything just randomly explodes. And I think there's a skill that you get where you can have it on all the time if you have low health, so it gives you all your health back if it blasts once, and then you have a second chance.
I think that's the Mega Venom Blast or whatever.
Yeah, that's the Mega Blast you get. At least it's New Game Plus, but I still think that's pretty broken even on Ultimate. So I enjoy the gameplay for the most part. I'm glad that Miles is still different. It's not like they just simply copy and paste it all of the game over. You're still playing a different character with different skill sets. The only problem is most people say lack of gadgets. He only has 4 compared to Peter where he has a lot more and a lot more upgrading capability. Overall, I would say yes, I enjoy stealth much more in this game because in Spider-Man PS4, that's one of the things I did not like is the stealth mechanics. Overall, he's fun, he's interesting, kind of broken, but I'm glad that they did something different.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest though, the lack of gadgets compared to Peter, I'm not necessarily mad about that because he has the Venom powers though, so that honestly more than makes up for what he lacks in one department.
It does, but it also feels like they could have done a little bit more with it than what they gave us. And plus, I'm not a fan of the remote mine. I think it's boring, to be honest, compared to everything else.
Honestly, that's probably one of my favorite gadgets because it's really handy, especially if you want to get Venom charged up. There's a passive for it.
I gotta disagree. I didn't use it that much, and I also thought that it was really just good for stealth missions because you could shock people and they won't see you.
You could do it and on normal fights as well. You stick on somebody, shock them, you get your juices up. It's really good. Trust me.
You can set them up. Although, stealth I think is what they mostly intended it for.
I think the hollow drones or whatever, they're kind of better. Same for the
those are actually kind of broken. Not gonna lie.
They're broken.
I was gonna say those definitely.
Good.
Sorry, someone was saying hi. Yeah. So those the hollow drones were definitely something that I used the most when I could use them, just because it was kind of broken. You were able to kind of take out a couple of enemies with those guys.
I was also gonna say the gravity well plus the venom punch. That's also pretty broken as well that I use. I just use that stuff a lot more because it felt a lot more convenient at the time.
Actually, you can do something broken too. Aside from the web bombs with the gravity well thing, you can what is it? You can do the venom jump after you get them all together and just kill 5 of them at once. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, though, the Venom jump. That's actually just one little critique I have about the Venom powers is that I think it's the Venom dash, right, that allows you to jump. If you press X, if it's upgrade for it, you can actually do the Venom jump as
Yeah,
well.
the jump and the dash are comboed.
Now, I wish they didn't do that, or at least like not have the Venom. Who is that? Cryo?
What?
Was what?
Your microphone keep popping up.
No.
Yeah,
I
there's
think
a
it's me.
little audio pop, but I guess we'll figure it out over time.
No, well, wasn't. Oh yeah. The thing that I didn't like was that essentially that you have two powers mapped on different buttons. They could have done a Venom jump with a different power altogether, or just not have the Venom dash the way it was. So that's one complaint I have, though. I hope they at least fix in the next game, like at least replace Venom jump altogether with a different power and map Venom jump with the dash. You know, if you want to have that ability.
Yeah, for me, I have to say with Miles, I do like the web slinging. It feels like it's in between being inexperienced with web slinging and kind of being experienced with web slinging, because that's exactly what I wanted out of the game. Because Miles, this is only his first year as a Spider-Man, so his web slinging isn't going to be 100% like experience. You're going to see more like kind of like uncertainty when he's web slinging. So I did like that aspect, um, especially doing the air tricks. The air tricks were amazing, just falling backwards and just relaxing as you're falling in the air and going on your phone. I love that little throwback to Into the Spider-Verse. Uh, the gadgets, I wish there was more gadgets, but to be honest, I'm not upset about that because I had a feeling there wasn't going to be many gadgets in this game, considering it's a spin-off slash standalone game in the Marvel Spider-Man universe. So yeah, I can just brush that off. But I wish they added at least maybe two more gadgets. You know what I mean? Um, the Venom powers are just really ridiculous. I swear. Um, I hope they kind of like tune it down a little bit because there were some parts that felt a little too easy to get past. So yeah. Um, other than that, I mean, oh, the gadget combo, because I was going to mention this earlier, but the gadget combo I personally enjoyed was Gravity Well and the remote mine, because you could just group them together and just shock them. And I think sometimes it would take one mine to do that, or to like eliminate them, or two mines to eliminate them. That was my favorite.
I feel like when you're fighting like 10 dudes, it gets a little bit hard unless you have like the gravity well upgraded all the way to max.
Yeah,
To
I
be
mean,
quite frank, the game does balance itself out with the Venom powers because yeah, they're strong though.
yeah,
But if you walk in with a room full of a bunch of the Tinker's thugs, I forgot what they called the Underground, was it? Yeah,
Yeah,
Underground and
underground.
Roxxon and whatnot, right? Yeah, like they can kick your ass if you're not on your toes. So like
yeah,
OP or not though, you need to be competent enough to use them.
I feel
especially the one with the sword.
I feel
Especially
like on regular thugs it's easy, but on those guys that throw the fucking, I forgot what it's called, the Venom Sapper, that's when it gets like really tough. Like I agree with that.
well,
The underground was
Yeah.
like really hard.
yeah, disabled. That is the same thing that the Sable agents used. The
Yep.
ones that zaps the power.
Yep.
Because I think that's actually. I'm trying to remember. I think that's actually the same thing that the underground they used. I think they actually did steal Sable Tech. I think.
Also, Mr. Cryo, when you start talking, just be aware that when you're not talking, you gotta press mute because we can hear like some pop. It's kind of weird.
Huh. That is weird. All right.
I guess we can
All
move
right,
on to the next one.
Yeah, anyone else? Going once, going twice. Soul to the spider in white. All right, who's the ref number 2?
I'll read it.
I'll go right ahead.
Are there problems that you didn't like about the gameplay that needs to be fixed before Marvel Spider-Man 2?
Yeah, the bugs, but that's a different story, I guess.
That's if you're playing on PS4, because I experienced like only one bug on
Yeah.
PS5. The game was flawless on PS5.
Yeah,
I
I
was
want to
gonna-
note I'm on PS4 and I experienced so many bugs that it almost killed my experience. But that might
See,
be a different story.
I only experienced the to my knowledge, it's been a minute since I've played it, but when you kind of first run into Prowler, when you're having that communication with him, it doesn't come through on his end. So when you're in the middle of fighting I think it was Roxxon, I feel like it was Roxxon, when you were in the middle of fighting them, it was kind of hard to try and read the subtitles. Like, if you have subtitles up, it was hard to read the subtitles and fight at the same time for me. So like,
Oh, that actually happened to me as well, but it also didn't. It also impeded on progress. Like, for me to even continue on with the next segment, I had to literally start checkpoint for the game to register that I completed that segment.
oh no.
I think the bug I experienced on PS5 was because I noticed I never done any car chase side missions in the game. I said, "Oh, I saw one. I see one on the ground." I went to go do it. The car was on feet, like it was like glitched into like a random truck. So I was pretty much doing the car chasing while the car was fused into the truck. We were just
That
standing in
also
that one
happened to me.
spot.
Wait, was this
Wow.
PS5 you said?
Yes.
Yeah, he had on
Oh,
PS5.
okay. Oh, just
This
to clarify,
actually-
I'm on PS4, so.
And that happened to me as well. And also, I had another one where the car just disappeared right while I was chasing it. I think I had the footage saved somewhere though, but I was initiating all the stuff right, and the car just disappeared. So I had to move on with my life after that.
That's all wild.
For me, I didn't experience any bugs whatsoever. I experienced more ragdoll physics than
I
anything.
envy you.
Like, I think I posted a clip on Twitter where I had webbed somebody up, right? And suddenly, a cop car ends up coming by because it was the crime mission where thugs were trying to like break into the van and everything like that. And what ended up happening was the cop ends up running into the guy, and the guy gets flown backwards.
Isn't there bugs where like the cops shot Miles and he wasn't in his suit? It was weird. Like,
Yeah, that actually did happen.
and I saw like Miles turn into like a lamppost at one point, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
T-pose.
He's asserting his dominance, man.
I'm back.
It just seemed like the PS4 version was an afterthought. They focused all on the PS5.
Oh yes, because if I talked about the bugs I got, I'm talking about like floating in midair. I'm talking about like running.
That was a new one for me.
Running
What?
inside of a building, and somehow I was stuck there for like literally 2 minutes.
Let's be real, Renegade. You break for some reason. You're like a bug magnet to every Sony game.
I told
The
PlayStation.
Destroyer over there.
I told PlayStation,
that's-
look, I'll bug test for you. I mean, I'll take the job. And I posted like 10 tweets of like bugs on PlayStation games. It's absolutely wild. But I also saw like one guy had his like fat pan stuck inside of a radiator or something. I don't know what it was, but it was like electric box. And for some reason his arm was stretched all the way out. Also that bug, yeah, for some reason the bodega cat outfit, or you know, the dirty bodega cat outfit, the textures was gone on the mask and it was all red, and I didn't get what was going on.
Default
hell?
for me, so-
Yeah, it looked just like that, but it was on the cat outfit.
Yeah, see, for me on the PS5 version, I don't see any of this stuff. Like the things I noticed was like the lighting is off. I told Ren when he was playing, I'm like, why does Miles look weird? Every time there's like weird lighting, like he doesn't look right.
Peter Parker's hair is also like kind of strange in the, I forget what part of the game that was.
He got that.
It was the beginning.
Yeah, it was also the museum. Like the museum was where it was really
the flashback.
Yeah, the flashback. It was really horrible.
Yeah, he has like some fucking PS3 hair. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah,
That's not what it
my
looked like for me.
yeah, my favorite one though was when Miles' mom came in just T-posed.
What?
Yeah, yeah. Look at the clip I posted. Yeah, that right there was just bizarre.
I think actually I remember you saying I've never been taken out of a game faster.
Yes, that completely killed the move. I'm like, what? A woman just came in, just T-posed and disappeared. Talk about how to kill your whole vibe there. Thankfully, it was only on New Game Plus, so I already experienced it, right? But just imagine that on the first playthrough, like, ugh.
Yeah, when I was watching Ren play the other day, I was like, dude, they definitely this version is absolutely an afterthought. The PS5 was what they were worried about. Because the 5 version looks substantially better. Like, holy shit, it's not a contest. And I believe it
I'm
runs a
sure.
little better.
A
Yeah,
little.
for me, in
All
terms
right,
of
a
like,
lot. Go on.
for
Crap.
me, in terms of like the gameplay and everything like that, I want more ragdoll physics, please. I love the ragdoll in this game.
I also think they should add more finishers. If you compare with the last game, Peter had way more finishers. Miles had like not as
Yeah.
many.
Well, he is an amateur, so I could give him a little leeway. So yeah, in the next
But
game they
Tyler
gotta
said-
like step it up.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's your Miles, so probably next
Yeah.
game we're gonna more if he's in it and playable.
Mhm.
There
Yeah,
was
hopefully it's
one
playable.
bug
Oh, sorry.
that I had on the PlayStation 5 version. So I was just fighting crime, right? And then one of the guys, after I finished fighting crime, he just glitched inside I don't know what you would call them, one of the current things at the top on the side of the buildings. I don't know. It's one of those covers. He glitched in there, and he was just glitching in and out, and my DualSense was going crazy. It was. I have it recorded. I could post it sometime and then show you guys.
It's definitely a new one for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, the game has weird ass bugs. I must say. But did we technically went off topic for this one or not?
I think
we're
Uh,
on
me and
two, right?
Cryo.
Yeah, we're on-
said which. Yeah,
I mean, these are problems. Glitches
I was
are
gonna say,
issues.
yeah.
So yeah.
yeah.
Oh, anybody else got anything to answer the question? If not, then we can move on to 3.
Oh, I'm good.
I had one more.
What's up?
I don't know if it was like I don't think it's a game issue, but I mean I was playing basically the whole entire day on the PlayStation 5 and I was getting frame drops. But I assume that's me being on the console for a long time. Right?
Anybody else experience frame drops on PS5?
I've
Never
only
mind.
Um,
Not really in my case.
I've
I may have
only
gotten lucky.
I've only experienced it on PS4, so can't be included, but I've seen it before.
What mode you play it on? Did you play it on performance mode or high fidelity mode?
For
I
PS4?
think it was
Oh, no.
PS5.
Fidelity. I'm unsure because it was a release month.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. But yeah, nothing more
It's
to
part
add
of
to
it
this
was
one.
a bug.
Yeah,
Okay. Yes.
nothing
Hey,
more.
Ren, you read number 3.
All right, you know, catch me off guard. All right. Considering the side missions for Spider-Man PS4 and considering they were subpar, do you feel like this game improved on side quests?
Not really. I feel like a lot of them were just more or less the same from the last game. Like some of the stuff like with the Prowler stuff and like the neighborhood stuff were cool. Like going back to Harlem stuff. Like I think that stuff was cool. I've seen stuff a lot. But they were about the same, honestly. Like, nothing noteworthy.
Yeah, like,
Chris-
they're entertaining, but that they didn't get like extraordinary.
I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, I enjoyed them, and like they were cool enough, but a lot of it was like, it just felt like a lot of them were repeating. It was just a lot of repetition for me, and it got kind of old. But yeah, that's just my thoughts.
I don't see. I have to give Spider-Man PS4 credit, and I kind of don't want to, even though those side missions make no sense. And I'm talking about like Peter Parker jumping through smog and all that shit, and robotic spiders like clearing out bombs, at least it had more variety compared to going around and just trying to find something that's in the environment. Now, it's cool,
I agree.
and I do
Mhm.
like the story context to it, where like if you decide to go around and get the stuff for Prowler, he'll tell you about how he and Aaron Davis were hanging out in New York, and I really enjoyed that. But again, it's the same thing over and over and over until you get all the collectibles, and then it's over. The only thing I really enjoyed was the underground fighting arenas from the underground, and killing those guys and beating them up. Same for Roxxon, but that's about it. All the side missions are pretty much just kind of boring, to be honest.
I think
Ren, I want to
the
correct you for a
Mhm.
second, Ren.
Mhm.
Spider-Man doesn't kill, sir. He does not kill. Even though a lot of those attacks
Not in my
he
video.
kills somebody, he does
I'll
not
have to
kill.
say, not in my video. I Venom punched a guy off the roof. I'm like, he ain't coming back.
I
I've been
It is
blasted
dragged
dude
off.
off the rooftop.
yeah, that I did that a lot too. I tried to do it a lot. So
People are like, oh well, the web catches him. Like his neck probably broke on the way over that. Like,
I-
what do
Have
you
you heard of
mean?
whiplash?
I've
Yeah, it's
seen
either whiplash or the fall. Pick one.
I've seen that before, where it's like the web catches him, but before that happened to me, the guy's neck fell on like an air conditioner. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure he's 100% dead. Like, there's no
Oh,
way.
Oh, actually, that reminds me. I did punch a dude off the rooftop, and he landed on another one, and he just got up and.
oh yeah, that happens a lot.
Everything's
they're
normal,
fine.
guys. Everything's fine. My legs aren't broken at all.
Like Batman with the Batmobile. I have a stun thing on him. It's fine.
Yeah, that's kind of a cop out.
It is.
I mean, to be fair, with Batman's like you, I mean, how would that work if they had civilians onto the streets?
Oh,
Like,
it
can you
would work at all.
He's gonna overrun
you
the
would-
hospitals.
Like, would the Batmobile just stop automatically when you need a civilian? That would suck.
Yeah, I agree. Like, no, that's why I said people are saying like we should have civilians in the Arkham Knight. I'm like, no, it will suck. You can't drive on the streets.
Or
Yeah.
just make it like unrealistic, like LA Noire, where you hit somebody and they barely even feel it, they get right back up.
Or they just yeah, side like stand to the left or whatever, just to get out the way.
Yeah, they run
That
real
makes, like,
fast.
no
It makes no sense. It's so stupid, dude.
Nah. All right. Anything else to add to number 3?
Anyone else?
Oh yeah, I didn't I forgot to go. Yeah, I agree with most of y'all. The side missions weren't that great, but I would say as far as a story perspective, they were a little more fleshed out. That's probably the only thing I can give it, because like the Harlem stuff. The Harlem stuff was with the spider app. They were kind of repetitive, but they were also kind of interesting too, because you like explore more of Harlem in this game and get more information about the side characters. And I think one of the side missions you find out that Kingpin's back. Like, he's not in the game, but he's in the game, but not like actually out of prison. He makes a cameo, so it does hint that he could come back in the sequel. So I would say the side missions still need some work, but I do appreciate they did try fleshing them out so they won't feel too much the same, but they still need a lot more work.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say, I think
More side mission, to be honest.
I think the only one that I truthfully enjoyed was, I think it's right, or I think I did it right after I beat the game. The one where you go back home and your mom has this like scavenger hunt for you to do, and you just learn more about his dad. I think that's the only one that I feel like I enjoyed a lot because I just like learning more.
Yeah, I did like the Prowler side mission as well as the Aaron Davis side mission, because we learned even more about like Miles's family. So
Yeah.
and what exactly happened between the family and stuff like that, what caused the separation of Miles's uncle, his dad. So I did like that aspect. But I don't know. I feel like PS4 Spider-Man. I feel like that was had more side missions that was enjoyable than Miles Morales.
I mean, the PS4 game had the Tombstone side missions, which in comparison to Miles are way better. And that's not really I'm not really saying much, but in comparison, like you actually have to fight Tombstone, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, hunting down Taskmaster, that was awesome.
yeah.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
still
you mean the
salty. I
fight
got
that was
kinda
better
spoiled
than
to that.
Avengers?
Stop.
I see. I was hoping no one was gonna bring that up, but they did.
Fuck. Someone had to do it, man.
Did I do that?
Get out.
My only thing with the Avengers version is it's made it to fight against 4 people, so of course it was going to be different.
I'm talking about the one you fight as Black Widow. I ain't talking about like the raid things.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because there's a raid version. You know, I'm like, well, that's gonna be against 4 people. It's not just one person.
Yeah, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the one you actually fight in the story mode.
I don't even count that because that's like a tutorial.
Yeah, it was a bad one, I must say though, because it wasn't entertaining. But
It is
that's not
what
the
it is.
point.
That's off topic though.
I guess we can move on to number 4, right? Since we're done with this, right?
Yep.
I think Cryo should read that one.
Yeah, Cryo, read it.
What?
Number 4.
What? Yeah.
Oh, I don't even have the doc up.
God damn it.
This boomer
You
over
are
here.
irresponsible, sir.
James, you read up number 4.
All right. How do you feel about the music that accommodated the gameplay? I'd say the web swinging thing was probably my favorite, obviously because you had to hear it the most, but it grew on me.
Admittedly, though, this might be a little biased in my part, though, but I do prefer the music in Miles a bit more. It's just something that it felt more familiar, you know, that kind of shtick. And I
mean,
just
they went
enjoy.
for like a hip hop style, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh,
I
okay,
actually might
cool.
be biased in this.
Yeah, I did like the fact that they actually hired Jaden Smith for some of the songs in it.
He did like the promotional song, which I'll admit though, it was pretty good. I gotta give him
Yeah.
credit. It was really
Yeah.
good.
I like On My Own. It was, I know the main one was like On My Own, and then the other one was I'm Ready.
Was anyone
I'm not-
go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie, I Am Ready gets stuck in my head all the time. Like I hear that song, I just keep
Hey.
jamming to it.
Was anyone expecting, because this is a suit, like, and we're gonna talk about that later on, but was anyone expecting the song from Into the Spider-Verse to show up when they implemented the suit of that? Or is it just
Honestly, no, because they
No.
haven't done it for Peter, so I wouldn't expect it for Miles. You know, it would
yeah,
have been cool because at least they went out the way to give us the frames per second stuff, right? But no, I wouldn't expect it.
because I wanted What's Up Danger so bad, you have no idea.
Yeah.
I needed that song, god damn it. But yeah, I was just asking because I remember I'm not sure if the trailer played that song in particular, but I know they featured something from the soundtrack, so I thought like, oh, it was gonna be cool. We're gonna have like something like maybe music tracks or battle tracks. That would be like something cool for the next game where you could like decide which ones you want and implement it from there instead of it being like a random track when you web swing all the time.
If they wanted to, it would have been cool if they put the What's Up Danger song if you have the Into the Spider-Verse suit on.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. I was like, that would have been cool, but unfortunately, we got to be thinking outside of the box, and it's not in the game. So yeah.
Yeah.
I will say I do like the fact though. I think this is also in Marvel Spider-Man PS4. When you keep still, the music stops, and you just hear the background and everything like that, like the cars and everything like that, the wind. But then as
Mhm.
soon as you start and web slinging, that's when you start hearing the music like start again, and
That
you know,
happens in Spider-Man as well.
Yeah,
first one.
they for the web
I-
swinging stuff is definitely dynamic
I-
music.
I really love
Yeah.
that. Really love that. And the music fits really well with Miles, given the fact that he's a teenager and everything like that. So it really fits with his style. Definitely. I did like the OST.
It is exaggerated, man. You know, get the swagger in.
Someone
Yeah,
was gonna make the joke.
I will say,
Yeah,
Insomniac, they really do know how to hire composers and artists. To be honest, they really do know how to do that.
What were you saying, Enderlucian?
The music really fit with the swinging, like had that chill vibe, you know,
Mm.
swinging throughout New York City.
Yeah, I really loved it. I think it was like absolutely good. It just vibe well when you're swinging around or even fighting. Like I felt all the music was really good in this game. It's nothing really to complain about on that front.
Yeah.
Admittedly, part of me missed Peter's usual music, because can't go wrong with OG Spidey's music.
Yeah, but I feel like both Spider-Man, obviously, even if it was like more Spider-Man in the future that pops up, I feel like the tone would be vastly different. So yeah, each one has something different to them. So Peter's is like more heroic, and I really did enjoy his main theme, but Miles is good too. So it's really not a problem with the music all across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
Miles got with before we move on.
You cut out, sir.
Not enough
Oh,
swagger.
sorry, my finger.
It was swagger.
My finger pushed the push to talk button off.
Swagger button.
I
Swagger.
I will piggyback off of Ren, and I'll add to that saying the music in Spider-Man for the first Spider-Man game with Peter, it seemed more heroic, and it fit with like the kind of character that he is. And with Miles Morales, it feels like that music kind of adds to the inexperience that Miles has, his innocence,
His swagger.
and his swagger.
God damn
We
it.
know he's black. Move on. I'm like, God damn.
Yes, he needs to understand the fortunate power of exaggerated swagger of a black team. Okay, enough of that. Who was the real number 5?
I'll read it.
You go read it.
Is there anything from Spider-Man PS4 that should have been included into this game, aka feature, skill, or gadget that you missed the most?
Web bomb.
Spidey, bro? Please?
Did you say Spider Bro?
Yeah, I'm being biased though.
I miss Web Blossom. That move is actually really OP.
Yeah, it really can be. But you know what? I'm gonna be that guy. Give me back quad damage, please.
Honestly, I don't think this game would have needed the Web Blossom because Mega Venom Blast pretty much replace it.
Hey, electrified Web Blossom. Aha. Make it different.
There's a combination.
I feel like the skills for the most part, like perfect dodge and then stun and then more damage on top of that, I felt like that mitigated it a little bit. But if I had like anything, I would probably bring back just a little bit more of the variety that Spider-Man PS4 had, because it was a little bit more going on compared to this game. Like I felt like skills, like, you know, sometimes gadgets, move sets. I felt like there was a little bit more flavor to the mix.
Yeah, also, I got nothing to answer this question. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, really.
No, actually, let me take back movesets, because I do like Miles' moveset like really a lot, and I feel like they gotta step that up. But yeah, it's just the tone of the game and just all they offered, and seeing more characters too. That's another thing as well. Like I felt like these characters were really relative to Miles, but not the overall Spider-Man mythos. So it could have been a little bit more of that, but what they had was good.
I don't know if I'm the only one that feels this way, but in the first Spider-Man, they had that. Well, it wasn't really an option. You kind of had to play through, different characters.
Mm.
But I kind of liked that in the first game, and I was hoping that they would put it in this one as well.
You're the rare one, because nobody liked playing as other characters.
Oh, seriously? I don't know.
Yeah.
I liked it. But I just wasn't sure if they were gonna do it in this one, and then they didn't, and it was just like, aw. I mean, I absolutely loved playing as Miles, and that was fine. And the game, I think, is fine as is. But I thought it would have been cool if we could.
If they're gonna do like other characters, they need to do characters that were like relative to Peter, like other superpowers or
Like,
people that can handle
yeah.
themselves.
Like if they had like Black Cat or something, that's awesome.
like heck, like it would be neat to play as a Tinkerer if they really want to add in another character. Like I'd rather play as someone else that can compete.
So
with Miles.
another
Right,
character
right.
with superpowers, pretty much.
Yes, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
want to play
Yeah.
as Mary Jane. No one gives a shit about that stuff. Sorry, I really didn't care.
It's okay.
I really did.
I
Well,
mean,
you
No.
didn't like the hacking mini games with Miles?
there's hacking
Oh,
mini games. I forgot about this.
No, those are more entertaining than Mary Jane's segments, though. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not saying much.
All right. So I'm gonna play devil's advocate real quick because I feel like the Grand Central Station thing that was kind of cool. Like I'm not gonna lie, but the bomb segment, I really wasn't like too fond about it, or I didn't feel like it did anything pertinent to the game. The only cool part was when she got the stun gun, but that was about it. One thing I really liked about Arkham Knight was that you could have this dynamic where sometimes characters show up and you could switch between characters, and I thought that was gonna happen with the DLC with Black Cat and Spider-Man, but it didn't. So maybe they could do something like that where they're not taking the focus off of Spider-Man, but we do have these cool side characters with powers that show up and you can switch between them in like missions.
I agree. Like, shoot, like
Mhm.
if they won't go outside the mentals a little bit though, like Daredevil's on the table now, so that would have been pretty neat to have him in.
That'd be great.
I would have loved to play as Proud, to be honest.
That would have been
Thinking the
cool.
Same thing.
I like Prowler. He's cool. Like I saw
He's probably
someone.
another good character.
Yeah, I saw someone do like a co-op move with him, and I'm like, maybe if only they could tweak that and make it where like you can press L1 or something and switch between the both of them. That would have been really cool there.
Would have been cool.
Oh, like that in what was it, Arkham Knight?
Yeah, pretty much Arkham
Yes,
Knight.
Arkham Knight. Yeah, you do like a super tag move thing, and then you switch to the other character, and again, once you have the meter filled out, like that's a good idea to start from. Arkham Knight.
Yeah,
Now,
does it?
there's one thing.
Good.
There's one thing I'm curious about for this new Spider-Man series. Will they have characters only in the Spider-Man universe, or will they have other characters outside, like Avengers, Daredevil, or the small-time heroes like Luke Cage, or anybody like that? Or this is only gonna be Spider-Man related characters? That's the one thing I want to like confirmation on.
Oh, it's too soon to tell right now because we only have
Yeah.
technically 2 games, so we gotta see what happens in the future when Insomniac really gets busy, and hopefully Sony and Marvel work out some deals with other characters.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
they're
'cause
setting it
Arkham only had like they'll just mention other DC characters but not actually show them.
Which is a kind of a problem when you have like Suicide Squad, But again, that's off topic.
Yeah, I'm thinking about like just background stuff. Like what they mostly did was they showed it and referenced, but they didn't actually like lean into it a lot. So we saw like Avengers Tower and Sanctum Sanatorium, but we didn't see like these people, but they do exist. So maybe
Mhm.
I don't know. I was always under the impression that well actually no, I was kind of doubting this a little bit too because some people were saying that they thought Spider-Man was gonna cross over with the Avengers game, and that turned out to be like false. Like this is their own Spider-Man, but still, something like that would be cool to see if they actually did it.
I'm not gonna believe it until I actually see it though, because
Yeah.
like the writing is on the wall though. But again, like I want to see it for me to like say, okay, this is not obviously not true.
I just have a feeling the
think-
most they're gonna do is his suit, and that's it. I think they're gonna do the lazy route.
I
Probably.
would say that.
Might just keep the references in. I
Yep.
mean, it's too early to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyone else before we move on to the next question? Anyone else?
Have a question, anyone?
This is question number.
Number 7. Is it?
Wait,
No,
no,
we're
no.
on 5.
Five. Yeah.
Hey, Rain, do your job. Mark these questions out.
All right.
We're on
Shush
question 6. Yeah.
Yeah, we're on 6.
Look at you
All right, I'll
again.
go ahead and read this off.
Look at you again.
How do you feel about the full scope of the main story and characters? I'm probably keep it brief though. It's pretty much one for one the same how they did it in Spider-Man PS4, just on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
Like the theme, the premise, all the actions, it's pretty much similar, except for one difference though. Like the person that the main character cares about the most dies. Spoiler. That's the only difference between the two, if you ask me.
We could tell spoilers there. I mean, it wouldn't. You guys have played this game already. If you're watching this, there's no way. No
I mean,
way.
if you're watching this, if you haven't played the game, then that's kind of on you.
Oh.
TBH.
That's at your own discretion.
Yeah. So spoilers, like Finn dies. It's pretty. It's not as sad as Aunt May, but still,
It was still
happened.
pretty sad. though.
It was. You could say more of a bang.
Her death was the
fuck.
bomb, though, for real.
Shut up.
Oh,
It was. I was really sad about it.
The emotions were quite explosive.
shut up!
Um,
Kill this man.
It was very.
Yeah, you cut out. We didn't hear that. All right. As
He
for
went
this,
boom.
as for the story, I agree. Like, New Form is basically Devil's Breath. Like, there's no denying that. It's like literally the same premise. This sort of engineered stuff is killing people, and they need to stop it. Spider-Man has some personal stakes involved with his uncle, and then he's dealing with Finn, and then one of them dies. So I'm like, it's pretty much the same beats, just told differently. And I guess I don't mind it too much because it's not bad. It's definitely still like entertaining for the most part, but
It's not original either.
it's not
so,
original.
like,
Yeah, they don't do anything like super different from that formula of Devil's Breath, and I thought that was kind of weird. But as for a game, it suffices, so I don't have a problem with it. What do you guys think about the characters?
I would say the
Oh.
characters are
Okay.
they're good, but not as good as some of the characters from the first game.
I like Miles' mom,
Sure.
and I like Uncle Aaron. I
Uncle-
really like
Of
Miles'
course
mom.
you say- of course you say Miles' mom.
Bet you would.
I forget the guy's name, the main Roxanne guy, the main guy. that
Krieger?
had-
Tophen Grace.
Yes, I did not care for it. The fact that he was, I don't want to say the main villain because you don't actually end up fighting him, but the fact that he's the main villain was super underwhelming to me. Just because, well, first, again, you never fight him. Two, he's just a guy, like he's just an asshole.
Honestly, he's too much of a stereotypical type thing.
Evil,
Yeah.
evil
Yeah.
corporate CEO man. The third.
for
Evil
sure.
white man
Yeah.
and bad, boo, that kind of shit.
For
He-
sure.
Not original.
I did find it it's quite of a plot twist. Finn turned out being she ended up being your enemy, kind of, sort of, but I don't know. I did like her because it seemed like you were actually gonna have like a friend or whatever that you could kind of hang around, talk to, whatever, when you're not doing missions and stuff. But no.
Yeah,
The thing that
Um,
disappointed me about Finn was that she, how can I put it out? I won't say emotional because given what happened to her was understandable, but she was actually not reasonable.
You're trying to
Because
say
Miles-
she wasn't rational.
Yeah, like Miles discovered what happened, right? And then she puts the blame on Miles for everything, despite a lot of it was part of her actions as well, So
Yeah.
it wasn't fair for her to put all the blame on Miles when she contributed to all this shit as well.
I guess the ultimate irony they tried to go with is that she realized the error of her ways at the end, and therefore she saves him because I don't think without her he would have survived that venom blast at the end.
No, he would have survived it though. It's just everybody else around him
Yeah.
wouldn't survive it.
It was
Yeah.
she had to move away from the rest of the city is what it was.
All right, but really,
For
does
sure.
Miles want to kill like thousands of civilians? Probably not.
Yeah.
So I think he would have held it in.
Yeah, he was trying to though, but clearly it was not working out for him, which
Yeah, I
is
was
why
gonna say, I
Finn
don't think it was.
reacted quickly.
He's not familiar
Yeah.
enough yet with those powers to do that.
Yeah.
No, never mind that
That's how I
though. He
feel.
absorbed a lot of energy, so obviously he absorbed more than he could take. So thus he had to release it somehow. Pause.
No, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, there's no way, especially at his current level, he could hold all that energy.
Is either he was gonna hold it and die or let it out and kill all the people. So I don't think there was like much alternatives there in regards to his situation. That's why she saved him.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
Probably
Yeah,
is.
there is. There is one.
I
I
got
got make it.
I know
got a
you're talking.
question.
Shut up.
I'm about to say, I purposely refrained from that one.
Oh man. All right. Any more like sort of answers on this question?
I
I
want to.
didn't-
Oh, you go first, Cryo. You go first.
No, it was just something really quick. I didn't mind the characters, to be honest. I thought they were very I guess for me personally, like some of them were relatable to Miles and everything like that, and it did play some of the characters. It did play a role in Miles's development. To be honest, in my honest opinion, I know a lot of people don't agree with that, but at least people of Twitter. But that's just how I think, to be honest.
Twatter's
Okay,
twatter. Garbage.
I would ask. Well, so it goes along with the questions. Like, what are you guys' thoughts on the Tinkerer in the game and Rhino's appearance in this game?
Oh, Red
And also,
Rhino.
You think, but before he became Red Rhino, you think he was a little OP in this game? Like he almost fucked up Peter and Miles.
I'm not gonna lie, he kind of was though, but at the same time, Peter had to like, in a way, babysit Miles. On top of that, Rhino was going nuts throughout the city. So like, I can imagine like Rhino having some form of advantage because Peter had to watch out for everybody else.
Yeah, Peter had his hands full at the time.
So like, I can understand like why Rhino was beating his ass though, but Miles though, yeah, he stumped him into the wall and all that shit, and he still got wrecked. I'm like, jeez.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Red Rhino though was an asshole, but you know what? He's still easy to handle.
I loved his design though. Looked cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Roxanne Rhino was dope.
I like that so much. That was pretty cool when I first saw it. I was like, oh shit, he's red. Now I gotta knock all this armor off and fight these guys.
I really liked that fight. I liked that fight a lot. Like, I think that was my favorite. Maybe besides Finn. Finn was challenging, but
we segueing? Yeah, segueing a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But we could jump right into it. If like everyone's like done with this one, then sure.
All right, number 7 it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, favorite and least favorite boss battle.
Yeah, Des, you go first since you already started talking about it.
All right. I liked the fight with Red Rhino a lot. It was, like I said, I'm not that great at video games, so it was a little challenging for me, but it was really fun, like trying to take on the guys while also trying to fight Red Rhino. And then I'm not saying that I hated Finn's fight, but it was super challenging for me. It was fun, but it was super challenging. But those are the two, I guess, most memorable ones for me.
I had more fun fighting Prowler than did Finn. It's probably because I think I ran into a glitch where it was an endless cycle, so I had to actually restart the whole thing in order to progress to the end of the game.
Oh no.
And also those buzzsaw things she throws at you hurt a lot. I hate those damn things.
Prowler's fight gave me too much anxiety. I was just worried for his well-being the whole time. Like, please don't die, please.
Yeah, fuck him. He'll be fine. Punch him.
I think my favorite and least favorite. My first favorite's the fight with the Tinkerer. The second fight with Rhino. The first and only fight with Prowler. But I don't know because it's between that one and the first fight with Rhino, because like the fight with Rhino, it wasn't that interesting, but the lead up to it was fun, like the chase and going in the mall and him grabbing the Insomniac logo.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was cool. I like that.
Yeah, but I okay. Favorite Tinkerer, second favorite the second fight with Rhino, and my last two would be Prowler and the first fight with Rhino. There we go.
Actually, I have a slight question to answer this though. How do you guys feel about the chase sequences compared to Spider-Man PS4? Like chasing Tinkerer and of course Rhino and whatnot, compared to like say chasing Electro throughout.
They felt really easy in Miles.
Yeah. Okay.
And I also felt like Tinkerer being chased was like just Electro 2.0. That's all that was. The Rhino one was more entertaining because so much shit was going on.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like the chase of Tinkerer though, again, like I feel like that was kind of anxiety for me because it was a character that was so close to Miles. So whole time it was like, oh my god, I hope she doesn't kill me. Oh my god, I hope she I don't hurt her too bad. Like, so that was just me. And then there was the fight, but yeah.
The gloves are off when she threw me through the subway wall.
And
Yeah,
she-
I kind of stopped feeling bad when she started battering Miles through stuff. I'm like, all right, clearly,
Yeah,
the
GG.
glove is
Again,
going
that's
off
her.
now.
Like, see, again, she was going through a lot, and I was like, she's just
Yeah, so was
angry.
Miles.
She's
We
just
know that.
I
angry
was
right
gonna
now.
make that joke. Yeah, Miles going through
Yeah.
going through the hospital in a minute.
he's only gonna be a pancake. I mean, he'll be fine. She was smushing him, and I was like, wait a minute, hold on, is he gonna die here? Like, no.
Yeah, like I'm sorry, like I understand it though, but it doesn't necessarily justify you doing what you did to Miles. You know, like I mean, he's trying to help you,
Yeah.
and you say I'm going to kill you next time. I'm like, okay, you know what? Fine, fuck you.
Yeah,
Best
he's
off.
like basic. They're family, right?
Yeah,
They
practically, yes.
are
They're
Practically,
practically
yeah.
family. Like, I'll slam his head through a wall. That's okay.
practically, yeah, but it was. I thought the reactor was gonna go off as well because he kind of warned her about it, but then she just left. So
Yep.
a little bit of dysfunctional family relationships there. You find it common in all media. so-
Family reunion, baby.
Yeah.
Except she won't be at the family reunion.
Oh no,
Yeah,
it's-
she went out with a bang though, so it's okay.
God damn it! I knew that was gonna be brought up again.
You took
Cool.
James' joke.
Yes.
So I had a question. Are we not including the vulture fight? The hologram one, I think it
Hologram
was.
one?
I
Oh,
guess
yeah,
it
I
counts.
forgot about
I
it, yeah.
forgot about that one. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
That was my least
just-
favorite because
It
it was
just was the same as in the first Spider-Man. Like,
Except
I
it's two
argue
of
it was
them.
a little easier because of the
That
venom
fight-
powers.
Yeah,
I
was
mean,
gonna
yeah,
say, that
you're
fight was
right.
kind of a joke, honestly.
but I didn't really count that as a boss fight. I was just like, is this just showing me how to do more things? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
just the
If
quest.
anything, it's more neutered down compared to the original fight.
yeah.
I think that fight was more entertaining because of Peter's silly dialogue
Oh,
as the
for sure.
holograms. Yeah.
Oh, him telling a story. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We need the
Him
shocker.
mimicking
I don't think we just a little segue. I mean, I know it's another one, but I don't think we talked about Hollow Pete at all. Like, how do you guys feel about that?
You know, that admittedly is left field. Like, how did he get the technology to do all this stuff?
He's Peter. Shush.
Like,
I was
it's
gonna
weird
say,
enough
he's-
that he has to
he's-
suit, hologram stuff in his stuff, right? But for him to create like all these hard light images and whatnot, like, where did he get the time, money, and whatnot to do all this? And how nobody noticed?
It was a
Doc
slow
Ock, man, Doc Ock went
process.
bankrupt.
Nah, he stole his shit though.
Don't question it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
would
like,
not be
if he
surprised.
had closer ties to, like, say, the Avengers and whatnot, like, okay, I see it though, but like, he was on his own. I know
So-
Peter is Peter, but there's some things that even you have to question, or like, like, what's going on here? How do you deal with this? Who wallet did you
Wait.
steal?
There's no sleep. He never sleeps.
Yeah, the city never sleeps.
Oh
Said
my
it,
god.
Peter.
I knew someone was gonna mention
Peter
that.
stuff, you know.
Peter stuff. Yeah, he's too smart. Don't question it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just
He's
he's a
got the
smart
big
guy.
brain.
Anybody else for number 7?
You could go.
I got one. It's a quick one. What was the most challenging fight out of all the bosses in the game?
Trying to
I will
think.
argue Tinker only because she just hurts a lot.
Yeah, she killed me the
Also, her
most.
fight lasts a while.
I
Mhm.
think she killed me the most too.
She only killed me in my New Game Plus run, and I was kind of upset about that because I did so well against her the first time. Probably because I wanted to be done with the game already, so I was being more reckless. But yeah, like, she killed me more times in my final run than my first one.
I never lost to her, but their stupid buzzsaws hurt a lot.
Yeah,
Oh, for real. Oh, I hate those things.
yeah. I think that's why I died because if they touch you, then it's gonna take like half your health on hard mode, and that's what happened. Now I'm probably like adept to it, but still, she probably could kill me again on ultimate like rather fast. So we'll see.
I did experience one glitch fighting her on Ultimate on New Game Plus. I don't know if it was maybe it was a suit mod, but there was times I was at 1% health and she could have killed me, but I was still getting back up. Like I was 1% health. She punched me. I'm still at 1% health. I think it was probably one of the suit mods because
I
there was
had-
plenty of times she could have killed me.
Yeah, I had similar glitches as well, though, but she wouldn't like go into the next phase. She just on stuck in this loop. So I did a restart checkpoint.
Yeah, for me, I did. My favorite and most challenging boss was actually Tinkerer, but I didn't really have an issue with the buzzsaws, because as soon as I saw them going at me, I'm like, circle, 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 and it
Yeah.
was just
I mean, yeah. I mean, it was just figuring out her pattern for me.
That's all fry my Spider-Man bacon, so I didn't like that
I
too
would.
much.
I actually figure out the fight's actually easy when you use your camouflage ability, because she'll just throw some bombs at you and you can throw them right back at her and just
Oh, yeah, for sure.
yeah.
I never noticed that. That's actually new tech for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, I'm in the headspace where it's like, all right, if you try to turn invisible against the boss, in every game, what always happens is they always know where you are. So I was
That's a
not
fair point.
I was not thinking about that at the time.
But I didn't use my camouflage. I just used my gadgets, like the mine. Because if you throw at her and shock her, it will actually see.
Okay.
I think
I
I
think
used
I
gadgets
used-
against her to my
I think I used the
memory.
God
I
damn,
used the
Discord.
camouflage a couple times in that boss fight, and I think she was the fight that I died the most at. Probably my favorite one too. Because you're just wondering what's gonna happen after this boss fight, you know?
Yeah.
I would say my second favorite. It has to be Roxxon Rhino. Third would be Prowler, and then the fourth one would be the first fight with Rhino.
Yeah.
That's about the order I go in as well.
My second favorite would be Prowler.
I'm gonna say Prowler was easy, and I really don't remember him too much, so I'll put him as least favorite. Controversial. And then
Sad face.
I would say for favorite, I really enjoyed Red Rhino.
Yeah, your cousin. That's fine.
This is my cousin. I'm Russian. All right.
Yes. I guess we can move on now, right?
Yep.
All right, number 7. What is your favorite and least favorite suit within the game?
Who wants to go first?
Anybody will go first.
Fuck. All right. Let me think. The suit I don't like the most is ESU or whatever that streetwalker suit is with Miles, and he just has the Spider-Man mask on. It's just, I'm tired of like ESU inspired suits. Like, it just is you wearing like street clothes and the Spider-Man mask, and that's it. Like, it's nothing original.
Look,
Yeah, that was his training.
That's better than Undies suit. Come on now.
Oh yeah, that one.
Hey, don't disrespect the undies, all right? That's the best suit.
That's just Greg Miller fan service, and people don't want to see it on Greg Miller, so I'm just gonna leave that out there.
No, see, like unlike Greg or Peter actually works out.
All right.
Yeah, true.
Look, I said this before, and I say this again. I don't think anybody on the streets of New York wants to look up at the sky and end up seeing 2 egg sacks swinging by. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Was that like Morse code for balls?
Yeah, as I mentioned in the original Marvel Spider-Man podcast.
Oh, I can't.
Did you-
I would have
I'm
died.
banning you later.
Oh. All right.
All right. For real, on topic though, I posted my 3 favorite suits. I was a tracksuit, the programmable.
Anti-matter.
I can't talk. Shit. Programmable matter. And what's that red one called again? The Crimson Crowd suit.
Yeah, Crimson. I didn't say my favorite. The end suit. I love it.
Yes.
Hoodie.
Same.
Hoodie, camouflage. I mean, what more could you not want?
I don't like the shorts. That took me away from it. It's the
Use
shorts.
pants.
Yeah, I don't like it.
He's kind of got this like red and gray digital urban camo look to it.
I swear it reminds me of Arkham Knight, like so hard, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, I do like the suit. Don't get me wrong though. Just I don't like the shorts. Like if he took those off, we're good. And the hoodie is a baller.
Yeah.
I love it.
It is balling.
Weirdly, I'm gonna say his default suit's also one of my favorites. I don't know. It's my favorite color scheme.
Red and black.
Yep.
It's a classic, so I agree.
Yeah. All right. My favorite suits. It's not. I wouldn't say they're all like in best favorites. Like they're all in random order. The Bodega cat suit. Because like when you play that game, like with the especially in the cutscenes, it's like you be questioning how is that cat like getting injured. Like most of these fights, like for example, the first fight with Rhino, he hits you, slams you to the wall, and it does me more damage to you, and that cat's still in your bag.
So you
Or
like the
other
cat
examples?
suit, but you don't like the underwear suit. God damn.
What if the cat is in the underwear?
You know what? Someone's probably gonna make this joke. You know what, Brandon? I'm just sucking for pussy. What can I tell you?
Shaking my head.
All right, so I actually think something's funny about that suit. I was gonna type. God damn it! I lost my train of thought.
It could be worse. You could be like me, who's like, is the cat in the underwear?
All right, he ain't love you. All right, relax.
All right. So what?
I have this my favorite suit. You know, I'll let you finish, Renegade. I'll listen later.
All right, so I was gonna say, like, one thing I noticed is that if you wear the cat suit during the mission where you go back and try to find the cat at the bodega, he's still looking for it, and I found it weird. Like, I have it clipped on my PS4. I find it weird that he's like, "Hey, Spider-Man, where are you?" And then the cat's like in the bag, just like playing around. So I was like, he's right here, but I gotta do the mission because the game demands it. So I thought that was
Yeah.
pretty funny.
I haven't done that yet. She's okay. No, next time I do New Game Plus again on Miles, I'll definitely be doing that. Wear the suit.
Dude, it's so funny. During the entire cutscene, I'm telling you, it's hilarious.
Yeah, you go ahead and Torres, you go ahead and finish what you were saying about your suits, and then I'll do mine real quick.
All right, the Purple Rain suit, the Prowler inspired suit, Miles Morales 2020 suit. Let's see. Oh yeah, the classic suit, of course. Into the Spider-Verse suit, especially the suit mod with it. I'm surprised no one said the Miles Morales 2099 suit. Oh, what's I didn't hear it. That's a really good suit.
I know you're talking about
Can't make me.
the one with the hood, but it's black, it's blue, and it's red.
Miles.
Yes, yeah, I saw that one. That's good.
I do like the end suit. I do agree with you. We guys said that the end suit is pretty good. Crimson Cowl, I use a few times. It's a pretty good suit. Brooklyn Visions Academy, and that's probably it. Oh wait, the tracksuit. Then tracksuit. I'm done. Yep, that's it. Least favorite homemade suit. Great responsibility suit. I know it's based off the comics. I'm not really a fan of it. What else? I didn't really use a strike suit that much. That armor suit.
So you mean
And,
basically the syndrome of the Spider-Man DLC, where it's constantly armor all over again? Yeah.
You know, the thing that bothers me about that suit is that it's the gauntlets. If they took away those gauntlets, I think I've put that on my top on the list along with the other ones here. Because I do not like those gauntlets. Like they clash with the color scheme.
Whatever do you mean?
Yeah, giant gold spiders on a black and red outfit, man. GG's.
For me, my favorite, I think it's because of when you do the finisher. It's awesome. My favorite has to be the bodega cat. Because the cat just scratching the enemy when you do a finisher. I love that. I love the little teamwork there. It was really funny for me. And then my least has to be at least the training suit. Miles' first like training suit that we saw. I think it was like at the end of the third DLC for Marvel Spider. So yeah, second favorite has to be probably the end suit. Which the end suit that was the one with the hood that was camouflaged, like red and black. Yeah, that was my second favorite, and then third would be the suit that Uncle Aaron gave to Miles.
I would have to say I also like that one, the Purple Rain one. the 29.9 one, and like I know it's not much, but I really like the winter suit. I wore that for a while.
That's a
Um,
cool looking suit.
It's just so cute. I like it.
You're a simple person. I like it.
Yeah. My least favorite was probably the homemade one. And then the strike suit, I feel like I liked up until it was pointed out that the spiders were gold, and now I've been just looking at it, and I'm just like, yeah, that is kind of ugly
Told you.
because the spider on his chest is red.
Yeah, like if his chest was like
It
gold, or at least the
just-
weapon was gold, then I could let it slide. But no, like those gauntlets.
It's
Horrible.
just it's odd. And I think and I do like the I already said the 29.9 suit, yeah. And like by default I like the Into the Spider-Verse suit too. But that's all about it.
I think my most favorite suit would be the Spider-Verse suit because I just pull out the soundtrack, swing around in that.
Mhm.
And my least favorite suit would be the homemade suit, which has I have other favorites, those being the 2099 one, the track one, the animated one, and the Purple Rain one.
All right, so are we done with this
What
question?
else?
One last thing. There was one thing that's pointed about the Into the Spider-Verse suit. They did not have the option where you can wear the clothes on top of it with the hood and everything. Like when in the Spider-Verse movie he had he had his hood on, his shoes and stuff, and the shorts.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. I'm surprised they didn't do that one. Well, they did like another variant, but it's the one where he was in school, so it's like he has the school jacket
Yeah.
over the original suit, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm. Because it looks so cool. I see people in cosplays doing it all the time. I'm like that was kind of add to the suit.
Looks cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a side question, but that is so funny, dude. So I remember when people were complaining about the frame rate for Into the Spider-Verse for the suit. Like, what do you guys think about that?
Oh my god, dude.
It's-
People so
it's
stupid.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're just stupid. I can't help you.
And
Dude.
you know what's funny? Like people point this out too, but my comment on Twitter got the most likes. So like, dude, you're using the Into the Spider-Verse suit mod. That's why the frame rate looks like that.
Yeah.
You didn't even know that.
I remember when we were talking to Vin about this, because somebody tagged him, and I'm like, everybody, I mean, literally everyone collectively came in and said, dude, you're stupid. Like, no, this is the mod suit you have on. Like, no, it's not the frame rate that's the problem. You're using something that purposely did this, and you try to pass it out as a technical issue. Like, no, that's not cool.
I keep thinking to myself, like, I'm surprised that people have not seen that movie yet, nor do they understand that this is exactly what happened in that movie with the frame rate. Like, Miles was moving like that, so I don't get how they were like, I guess they had some sort of bias to something or Sony, because it was the only way they were bringing that up in terms of complaints.
I was gonna
No,
say,
like, I'm gonna
I
give
saw
them-
some Xbox dudes doing that where they're like, "Look at the frame rate." I'm like, "You shitting me?"
Oh,
I'm saying I would give somebody the benefit of that, right? The fact that you passing it off as a fact without even looking at the modification or reading the description, which is something you should be doing for everything you purchase in the game. If you didn't read that, then that's definitely on you at the end of the day, bias or not.
I agree.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what Xbox guys do. I'm not going to go on something for too long, but that's what Xbox guys do. They bring up stuff, not even read the full thing, and then maybe a developer or someone in the industry will just prove them wrong the next few minutes. So it's kind of an endless cycle. They
Listen,
say something wrong, and then they get proven wrong, and they look stupid for it.
we look, Torres. We PC folks pay for Norton. All right, that was by far the stupidest, dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life for an argument.
No, ignoring that. No, fuck that. Ignoring that.
I know we're off topic, but my god,
No, ignoring that right there. Oh god, that's too funny.
What does Norton have to do with gaming?
Actually,
I'll break it short. They were comparing like Xbox is like, oh, PC dudes have to pay for Norton as a comparison to we have to pay for live. PC people have to. PC people aren't free. They got to pay for virus protection. I'm like, could just get malware bites and not pay anything, but okay,
That's true.
it's not a requirement.
Yeah.
Actually, oh, I got a side question though. I just posted one of my tweets in the chat about me using the programmable matter suit. By doing one of those special finishers though, you actually get a unique one by using that suit. I'm sure you've seen it now, right? Do you think they should do that more so often in later games where they do a finisher based around that suit, like a panel
That'd
or
be
whatever
down
from
for
a
it.
bulk, and then just have you splash into the game?
Oh hell yeah, because
Yes.
I
That'd
would
be
like
cool.
it, yeah.
It's like I mentioned before. That's why I like the bodega cat outfit, because of the cat coming out and scratching the shit out of the guy that you finish.
Mm-hmm.
also Ender Lucian, you had something to say like last time.
I think what I was trying to say was the Spider-Verse frame rate. People were like after that saying it as a joke because it's Twitter and everything.
Mm. Yeah, it's just super weird, dude, like how they were trying to frame this whole thing, and it's
Yeah.
like this is how he's moving in the actual movie, and you could take it off so he moves like normal, so there's not much of a problem. Like if you couldn't take it off, then I would see the issue, but it's completely fine. I don't, like I said, it's once again the Xbox bias pouring in, and people just look bad when they brought that up.
Yeah, it's an optional
Mhm.
thing you don't need to have on.
Yep. Also, I agree, Brendan. Yes, the because the programmable matter suit, that reminded me, the finishers at least, that reminded me of the Iron Spider, when you grab people and you use like the legs as like a I think it was a perk or a skill. I don't remember,
Mhm.
but yeah, it was definitely in the last game in a slightly different way, but I really enjoyed that they put that in there as a little nod. So if the suits had something different, and if they are bringing in symbiotes to Marvel Spider-Man 2, then maybe that could be a thing with different grabs.
Oh yes, dude, that
Yeah,
right
that-
there,
Yeah.
that would
Venom,
be amazing. They need to do that.
I would say
Venom,
that would incentivize changing the suits more just to see what they do.
yeah,
Exactly.
Venom eats another child like Ultimate Spider-Man, and that happens.
Venom gets Venom.
They should take inspiration from Web of Shadows, because Web of Shadows we use the black suit versus the classic suit. The gameplay is very different.
Oh, yeah, it's like that in Spider-Man 3 as well. Peter is like a whole nother monster when he activates the black suit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, adding on to the suit and everything like that, the finishers. Can we all agree if we get like the symbiote suit in Spider-Man 2, for the finisher, can we at least have like Eminem appear out of nowhere?
Oh my fucking god, you took my joke.
Yes, yes, yes.
Venom.
Yes.
Venom,
As soon as
Venom.
he starts the kill move, Venom.
Venom.
Can he just eat him?
You can eat him. Venom.
Uh,
You
Okay,
know
I'm
what?
Okay, I'm
You
not gonna lie,
gotta-
Steve.
that's-
What is it? We talked about the playing as other characters, superpowers. God, I would kill to play as Venom in this day and age. Come on, dude.
Yeah, it's been a
Please,
while.
Insomniac,
Yeah.
give this to me.
I mean, currently you can only play as him in Marvel's Capcom Infinite.
oh,
Who wants to play that?
You shut your face.
No, that's the short answer.
Oh yeah, now I remember what I was gonna say. Okay, if they're gonna have symbiotes in the next game, would you want only Peter to have the symbiote, or would you want Miles to have one too? Because I know in the
Well-
comics he never had the black suit; he had the Carnage symbiote during Absolute Carnage.
Well,
Brandon, I swear.
to keep it
You stupid. I know what you're gonna do.
no, fine, I would do it. No, yeah, sure. Like, let him get the Venom symbiote. That way, it would be rather original for Miles to get the symbiote suit now. But I don't mind. It'd be cool if both of them get it though. But preferably, maybe to Peter though. But it won't be original. Let Miles get one as well.
Yeah, it would be interesting.
I like how it looks, but I would have to figure that it would go a little bit beyond just Venom, maybe some Carnage stuff, and if they do that, I would be super excited. I mean,
I feel like that would be like the lead into a third Spider-Man.
I have a feeling that with the symbiotes overall, they could lean into that, but it remains to be seen. Like, I don't know if they talked about Brock, but I'm not sure about like Cletus Cassidy or anything, if they mentioned him in Spider-Man PS4 or not.
I was gonna ask that. Is it Eddie they're gonna use?
Yeah,
I will hope
AKA
so.
the best Venom.
for
It
But
looks
the
like they're
problem
gonna
is
use
that
Harry.
yeah, Harry does have the symbiote, and he actually did use it in like the Ultimate Universe, I believe, right? But
In the cartoon.
in the cartoon, yes. But I do hope it's Eddie Brock that has it though, to keep it tradition, because it makes no sense for a character to first Peter needs to get it too, and then other characters need to get the symbiote, right? Because the one thing I didn't like about the Venomverse they're doing right now is that Eddie Brock has it though, but for things to
Yeah.
spiral the way they did though, Peter needs the symbiote, so that way the stories will line up.
You know what? I would like to see them use Eddie Brock, but my thing is, how would they do it now? Would they have because obviously we know like Eddie Brock hates Peter, and currently Peter's no longer working at the Daily Bugle. In fact, we don't know what he's working at now. Will they have flashbacks with him and Brock when they're working at the Bugle, or how would they do it? That's one thing I'm curious about.
That will probably be the safe bet. It's just like have flashbacks, or maybe they run into each other again at some point, and then that reignites some bitter hatred.
I was
Or
gonna
like
make
Red-
a joke saying, "What if Eddie got into the sciencey stuff and he was like a competing guy with him?"
that'd be cool
That
and different.
that would
gets,
be
like,
different.
He gets like they say they have like a science fair thing, and Peter wins whatever, and Brock feels like he's cheated because that's basically it's the same premise somewhat as the Bugle, where he feels like Peter got the favor and all that stuff.
I mean, Brock did cheat it, so like that's what.
And Brock did screw himself, but he's petty,
Yeah.
so he's gonna feel that way.
There's
Yeah,
another
like-
option they can do. They can go
What's
the
up?
ultimate route where they're brothers they're like not brothers, but they're like their parents knew each other and they did science and stuff. They died in a
They're
plane
very
crash
close
and
to each
stuff.
other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they can do something like that.
yeah, that could work too. Like, yeah, actually, yeah, I agree. That would probably be like
Whatever
safest option.
happens, my bet is they're gonna make an original story around it instead of the usual Bugle stuff.
Yeah, that would be the safest bet, most likely. But what question was again?
I think.
Damn, I forgot.
9?
Yeah, we're on question 9.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yep.
this is gonna be a good one. I want to read this one off.
I'll
I-
read it. No, you go.
Alright.
You go. I think I'm good.
Oh, okay. There were issues within the community circulating around this game being 8 hours, and it was labeled as an overpriced DLC. Did the length justify the purchase for you?
Well, I didn't purchase it, so I
Yeah, I was
cannot
gonna
say.
say my
but
aunt
Verto-
gave me Ultimate, so I can't really comment.
I hear you.
But no,
Fuckers.
I will say this though. Like, honestly, it depends on the platform you get on. Because the PS5 version is what $50, right? Or is it 40?
Well, it depends on
It's-
the version you get.
Yeah.
They're both 50, but if you want like the remaster of Spider-Man, it's 70.
I
Yeah,
thought the PS4 version was $40 or less.
No, that's 50.
50. Okay.
Yeah.
All right then. Okay, so for $50 though, I can definitely understand the sentiment because it's comparable to like say the biggest example I can think of is Infamous Second Son and First Light. First Light is pretty much a standalone expansion though, but it gives you enough content to justify the price that was available at the time, right? But for me, I think that Miles is $10 too much, or at least $20 too much. It should have been around $30, $40.
yeah, I can agree with that. Like it's good, but it is. I cannot deny that it is really short.
Like I can understand like upcharging the PS5 version for $50 because it's the new version, so you want to make that money back for that version, right? Versus the old hardware.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
since both cost $50, and that's kind of a problem. Like it's still good though. I'll say if you want to buy it that badly, go for it. I mean, say don't buy it though. But for $50 though, I do agree that it's a bit much for like a very short campaign.
Yeah,
I actually
with
want to ask a question along with this. Would you think it would be better if the Miles Morales DLC would be a better replacement for the City That Never Sleeps DLC for Spider-Man PS4? Like the Miles Morales story instead of getting the old City Never Sleeps DLC?
Well, yes and no. Like content-wise, Miles would offer more than all 3 DLCs together, though. But I don't know. It would have been ideal to put it as a DLC for Spider-Man. I think it was the better call to put it as a standalone thing rather than just a big ass expansion.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my take on that. I'd rather it be separate.
Yeah, Miles Morales had much more content than the DLC.
That too, and the DLC season pass together was what, $30, right?
25, but still, yeah.
I feel as though it on the PS4, Miles Morales on the PS4 should have been 40 because all the bugs I've been hearing from you guys, that too,
Also,
just brings down the cost.
Also, Infamous First Light was like $40. So I think they should have shaved that off, to be honest. That would have been a perfect standalone price point, in my opinion. But it is still like a great game. And if you're like hardcore on Spider-Man and you love Spider-Man PS4.
Correction. I just looked it up. I think it's $15 at launch.
It was. That's even better. That's like
First Light.
Yeah, First Light.
Okay, because I was like, I don't remember it being $40.
I thought it was 42, but if that's like 15, then that's like a steal, man. Like I think maybe a 20 would have been best, but no, I think at this point they probably knew, hey, we got to make our money back, so they made it 50. But I think like 40 or even lower is like a better price point, in my opinion.
I would have been like 30 for a PS4 and like 40 for a PS5. That's just me.
Yeah,
like given what they put into the game though, like I can understand having like a pretty big price tag because it definitely offered a lot for something that's a standalone expansion type deal, right? But if they really wanted to truly justify the price though, they could have gone even bigger, with it if they wanted to. But again, it's just easy money for them, I guess.
I would have paid for sure. I used GameStop points to get mine, so it was essentially free. But I would have paid $40 for it if it was set at 40.
Okay.
I mean, I paid 70 for mine because I want that remastered Spider-Man. Sue me.
And, I mean, that is more
that's okay. That's
justifiable. Yeah, two games in one deal. One whole ass remaster and a new game.
And then all the DLC. All the DLC.
Yeah,
so
like that's a solid.
Yeah, I never
I
got
think
to
that's a
play the
solid
DLC.
price.
That's like solid, and you get a lot of content.
Somebody made a tweet, and I was about to agree with them before Insomniac announced it was like, hey, you can transfer over your save of the PS4 Spider-Man to the remaster. He made a good point. Damn, if I get the remaster Spider-Man, do I have to do all those screwball missions again? Thank God you don't have to.
I have a hot take. The scroll missions weren't even that bad. I went in expecting the worst because I keep hearing from like a lot of you guys like they were the worst, they're terrible. I went in like it's just easy. They ain't hurt. And maybe I'm missing something here because only like 2 missions gave me a lot of trouble. Everything else was pretty damn straightforward.
What are we mentioning?
I think it just the screwball missions. I think it just be the character herself and the worst ones are probably the stealth ones.
Yeah, even those though, like those were really straightforward. I managed to get through that with minimal trouble. Even I went almost as far as like getting the highest rank of all of them, almost all of them. So like I personally did not have a lot of issues with Screwball's missions.
Honestly, if Screwball was a Twitch streamer right now in the real, I would go to her chat and spam like dick emotes because I hate that character so much.
Dick emotes.
I hate that character so much. Oh my god.
Okay, now as a character, she is annoying. Like she's too realistic. Like, no.
Yeah. I was like, at first I was like, that's stupid. A streamer would. Oh wait, who am I kidding?
All right, so streamers are like murdering people now.
Tragedy is entertainment, after all.
This is like some fucking what do they call that? Deaf TV or something like that. I forgot what they called it. The Running Man. Yeah. Where people are fighting to the death for like entertainment.
Or like Death Race.
Yeah,
Get
Death
the
Race.
Coliseum, boys.
Imagine Screwball pulling a lady, just tossing a cat or doing something worse with a cat.
Oh,
I mean, you already do that in Miles, so it ain't far off.
No, we have Spider Cat, so eventually the cat would just come out and be like, "Yeah, I got powers. What's up?"
For me though, I think I personally got my money's worth out of it because to do everything in the game, my first playthrough, to 100% it, it took, I believe, because Ren, you and we talked about it before,
Mm-hmm.
because I think you were wondering like how long it took, because you were wondering about the length. And I think I told you it took me like between 16 hours to like 19 hours to get everything in the game and 100% it.
Yeah, I think just like my last point on this before I wrap up is that I think people just need to get the difference between rushing through a story and then the other one where you're actually trying to complete everything because you like the game that much. I feel like for the latter, it's obviously going to take you longer, and obviously you're going to have more hours sunk into the game if there's side missions and stuff to do. So, the time is all dependent on the player. Just, do you want to rush through it? Do you want to take your time and enjoy the story, or do you want to get everything because the gameplay is really that damn good? You got to take all those factors in.
I definitely do agree with that, and that's something people do forget, because like even in the original Spider-Man game, like going through the story mode itself is relatively short though, because there's 3x though. It's longer than Miles though, but if you're doing only story, you can get through that game within a day time frame. Let's be honest here, right?
Yep.
Because like even in Miles' case though, like I literally beaten the game the following day after I did everything else prior, and I did New Game Plus immediately afterwards, and I beaten the game technically twice in one day. So like, no, that's like me just rushing through it though. So like, if you really want to get your money worth though, you have to play the game to its fullest, at least as much as you want it to. Which clearly a lot of people.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I was gonna say, see, and I think that I'm that type of person where like Miles Morales was a game that I liked, and people were like, "Oh, I beat it in like 8 hours," and I'm sitting here like, "Oh, it took me a little bit longer." But like, I genuinely enjoyed the game and just wanted to. I don't 100% games ever, but after I beat it, I was like, I just want to play more. I want to play more of it. I want to play all of it. I want to.
That's a good feeling too, right?
Yeah.
To be fair, it took me long too because I was working at Amazon, so it was like I don't really have much time to play games. So it took me
At least you have
it took me a
excuse,
week
Ren.
to finish.
Damn.
Hmm?
Leave this man alone.
Say that again, sir?
I said, at least you have an excuse, Ren.
I work too, sir. What are you talking about?
Look, man, look at that panel and say it ain't work, okay?
No, sir. I don't know what you're talking about. I gotta deal with stupid people at IT breaking their computers, spilling like I don't know, radioactive spider semen on their stuff. Like it's a hard job.
What?
Ooh. Okay then.
What stories you been listening to, sir?
How many Spider-Man's computers do you fix?
No, it's a joke. It's a joke, but still, like, I still found this game to have a lot of hours. I think I'm like 40 hours in either way, so I got like my money's worth like playing this game all the way, trying to at least get the platinum. So I don't know where people are like, oh, 8 hours, I'm just done. That's it. I don't want to play it again. No more fun. It's just like, why wouldn't you want to like get New Game Plus?
Do not get that mindset. Like, I beat the game once. I'm done. Like, really? Like, you spend all this money to only play at least once, or at least not even going to branch
Dude,
out
I
into
have
other
preached
stuff
this
in the game.
forever. Like, you know, I'm not gonna. Is it pocket watching in this case?
For people
If
spending their
you
money.
say, like, yeah, like,
No, I
is
think.
that it, or is that a different thing?
Okay, here it is. I think that when people try to say a game is short when there's more to it and it's really fun and they play it, it's not pocket watching them in a sense. Like, you're not telling them, oh, you know, are you buying it? What are you buying? You shouldn't buy this, etc. I think it's just you're not getting the value of the game, like going back and playing it again, and you're just like done with it. And that's what like a lot of casual gamers do. They like just play it once,
Yes.
rush through, and then they're done.
Yeah, I'm sitting here like, you know, I knew somebody who played like Devil May Cry that played it once. I'm like, why? You paid $60 to play that game one time. That is based on replayability. Like, now, you know, that's up to you. If you feel like you got your money out of it, that's fine. But to me, that's such a colossal waste of $60.
Now, I'll say this though, like, if you say a game is there's not enough to do in the game, or a game's too short, and you spend that much money to only beat it once, and it has a lot of replayability, that's on you. Like, okay, if you waste your money playing a game, but a lot of stuff you could do and only beat the story mode, that's on you.
Yeah.
You waste your money.
I
You
think
can't
it's
say the game is short when you do not go out of your way to, you know, get the game at its fullest.
yeah.
Yeah, I just don't understand a game like, especially, you know, any game that's like made to be replayed is like, why would you only play it once? Like that seems like a colossal waste to me.
That's like doing that to RE2. Like, I mean, why wouldn't you want to go and play with Claire? Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's like playing with one character and
I
dropping it.
think in RE2, at least in my case, I played it literally 4 times. I did each scenario with each character.
Yeah, you experience the story on both sides, so at least you get the full experience of the narrative, right? On top
Yeah.
of whatever extra things you went
For
with you to
sure.
do.
Yeah, that's when I stopped.
Yeah.
I did the 4th playthrough, and I was like, all right, I feel like I got everything out of the game now, minus doing hardcore.
Yeah. See, and also I hate how people they'll buy a game full price. They'll say exactly what you guys are saying, like oh, I beat this and this so many hours, but it's like, okay, did you actually take the time to like take in the environment, the ambiance of the game, the story, the characters, or did you just bum rush through everything? Because these are the same people that will say, "Oh, gaming is dying. It's not the same anymore."
Or that much I kind of agree with though, but that's a different conversation.
Oh yeah, it was something else I wanted to mention when James said people only play DMC5 once and never touch it again. I'm guilty of doing that only because I was binge playing all the Devil May Cry games.
At least
So-
you had an excuse.
That's a good
Yeah,
excuse.
your marathon. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you're trying to
At
figure out.
least you still might come back to the other games and be like, oh, I'll play this again for the hell of it.
Yeah, I enjoyed DMC5. I just didn't feel like playing it a second time, and I did really enjoy it. I like playing as all the characters.
You'll go
So,
back
yeah.
to Virgil someday.
But to get back on the topic though, are we done with number 9?
I think so. Unless Ender Lucian, did you go?
I think I was gone when you guys got. Oh no, actually, no. I felt like it was good purchase for the PS5 version.
Yeah.
8 hours.
I mean, like I said, there's a lot more to the table if you just do everything. So it's not like it's not replayable. This is why they have like the new game plus perks locked, because
Yeah.
the only way to get those and the last suit is by actually playing the game again. So I don't know how people are like, I'm just gonna have this replay value here and I'm not gonna go back ever. That's just weird to me. It's like you're not really experiencing the game in a way where you want to play it and enjoy it, and you know it's fun, but you don't want to go back again. So it's just on the people. But I guess we can move on to number 10. So
Hey, Ren, take it.
all right. So did anyone play the PS5 version on this podcast? If so, tell us your experience compared to the PS4 version.
We technically already did it before with the bugs,
We kind of did that. Me and Torres, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you guys could go a little bit more in depth though, like how's like the extra modes and whatnot they have available.
Okay, so they have like I didn't know about this. I think they may have patched it in or something, right? Did they patch the RTX mode in? Because Kaneki was telling me about it. They patched.
RT?
One of them
Yeah,
was on
yeah,
their
yeah.
day
Yeah, they
one.
patched that in.
There's another
Yep.
one too that you can play at 60 FPS with the RTX on, but it's a limited.
That's
compared
the
to
one.
other one. Yeah, that
They
one. That's
patched that in
patched
later.
Yeah, okay,
Mhm.
because Kaneki told me about I'm not gonna lie, that version was really nice. That they even got the lighting in the 60 frames. Like, well, this is the best version to me then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I continue to use that version.
I mean, before that, I was using performance mode, and I used to be that type of person where I didn't mind 30 FPS, but after playing a lot of games on PS5 so far, and the upgraded versions of certain PS4 games, if you ain't giving me 60, I cannot touch your game.
I mean, at that point, you should have been playing on PC because 60 FPS has been there since decades.
That's
I
true.
know,
Although
but
just
that is
console
true.
gaming in general now, it's like, yeah, we're toting power. You can't tote power, and the game looks like it's a slideshow. Like, it's not power to me.
It's pathetic.
Yeah.
It's got a flex. I know I'm pulling a Virgil with that, but like really, like we're so many generations in. Like 30 frames has got to go. This shit is done. It can't be a thing anymore.
I don't think it's gonna go for consoles unless they keep, because I mean PC has this down pat with like obviously the most powerful cards, but I won't retroactively like call a 30 FPS game bad, but I do see the sentiment of now we have SSD, so now super fast loading times, and still some of these games run like this. So I do see that sentiment at least.
I'm gonna play a little devil's advocate here though. If you really want that much power though, then you really just should just go to PC for a lot of multiplayer at this rate. And
I
on
was
top
about
of
to
that
answer your
too,
question about that, Brando.
oh yeah, but on top of that too though, like if you really also want this like this super juiced up power though, I hope you're ready to pay up at least around $800 or so for a console now.
Already done
If-
that.
No, I talk about base on the console, not everything else around it. Just the console itself. Y'all be ready to pay the extra.
Like I'm not
extra,
saying
extra.
I'm not saying it's got to be ultra top of the line, but at least 60 frames has got to be normal. Like I'm not
I
asking
agree.
for that much. Like this, it's so stupid. Like, and if you want to have the options, I champion the options because at least then I could always pick 60 and not have to deal with that crap.
I
That's
think
fine for me.
I think the only reason he's like mentioning it like that is because the more upgraded the parts get, the more the components will go up for the base price, and that means that it's gonna be inflated to like 600 or 700, not like 500 or
That's the
400.
launch PS3 basically.
Yeah, launch PS3, and
You
we
know,
know how people felt about that.
I feel like the next Xbox and the PS6 are definitely going to be around that price range. I can't see them not trying that again.
Although admittedly though,
At least this time they would have a lot more of a reason to do that versus the PS3.
Yeah.
on top of that though, like
Yeah.
ignoring like inflation though, 600 today is not 600 yesteryear. You actually get in like the absolute power. Oh, I shouldn't say it like that though, but you get my gist though, right? You get in what you pay for
Yeah.
now as opposed to the PS3 days.
PS3
You
is like
get
I'm a Blu-ray
subpar.
player. I'm like that ain't worth 600.
I mean, at the time, it really was considering they were actually going up higher in prices.
Mhm.
Shut up, bro. But
To me, it
besides
was-
that, though, like you're
Yeah.
getting like worse ports of games for the thing you pay for. So it wasn't
How-
worth 600 alone for this
How,
game.
how expensive was the PS2 when it came out? Since that was the big deal because it was a DVD player.
$300. It was actually a cheap DVD player compared to other DVD players. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say, see, that was a better bargain at the time. That was way better. Everybody snagged it, even if they didn't play games. They just want it for the DVD stuff.
Yeah, the same case though it was with the PS3. It was a cheap Blu-ray player, but at the end of the day though, $600 was still pretty steep.
And they kind of pulled an Xbox at the time where I had one. They had like 2 games on that thing. I'm like, really, 600 for this? Like Assassin's Creed and Ratchet and Clank? That's all you got?
I will say with Miles Morales, playing it on the PS5, it was really gorgeous. Like I think it's because of me playing a lot of games on PC. I love graphics, and I really love games that works really well with the hardware that it's meant to play on. So like with Miles Morales, PS5, they really utilize the PS5's hardware to the fullest extent that they could. With
Yeah.
ray tracing, 60 frames. That the ray tracing in general and the lighting, that was just
That's great.
the icing for me. Like that was just perfect. I really do like the ray tracing aspect, to be honest, because now things look even better. So I don't know. I'm actually looking forward for this this console generation. To be honest, if more games implement the effort of the ray tracing and the lighting, in my
I'm
opinion.
always excited to
So-
see real quick. I was gonna say I'm always excited to see the end of like closer to the end of the console's lifespan, because that's when you really see how far you can push how a game works.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the haptic feedbacks on PS5 from Miles. It was immersive, but it wasn't the best version. But the best game you said the feedback. The best one was still Astro's Playroom. But for what they did for for Miles, where you could actually feel like you're web swinging through buildings and stuff, and you can
Yeah,
and the
the
Venom Blast
troopers.
stuff.
Yeah.
What the Venom stuff like? Does it feel good on that?
Yeah.
I
Oh, yeah,
definitely
the
did
controller
feel, I
feels good.
definitely did like the adapter, because you didn't even have to like push down hard on the trigger. You could just feel just the pressure
Just
on it. It's like just
locks.
lightly, and it's like
It's cool, but for me, it kind of throws my muscle memory off with some games, so I had it off at the time. It will, like, if you play a game a lot, it will mess with your memory if you like used to everything
Yeah.
feeling a certain way.
Yeah, depending on the game, for certain. Yeah.
But I would say
Yeah.
like maybe
Fair.
even maybe a shooter. To me, it feels like especially with the triggers like the bigger attraction to it. Like that feels like shooter territory to me.
Like Cold War.
Yeah, like Call of Duty would probably be more interesting in my opinion. It's less intrusive, I guess, to your fingers.
You know, I just thought of something too. A real quick like sidetrack
Yeah,
since we're talking about.
Oh, that's your last one because we gotta move on.
You know, with Battlefield, like the next Battlefield game coming out, I can't wait to see what it looks like on this gen of consoles with the ray tracing and then
Oh,
the
boy.
lighting. I can't wait to actually see what it looks like and feels like, especially if they make Battlefield 60 frames on consoles.
I have
I
a
think
feeling
it
they might
was-
push for 120 frames, or just at least attempt to.
I think it was 60 frames before on last gen.
We gotta move on, people. We spent
Yes.
some time on this topic.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, all right.
All right, number 11. Shall I read this one off?
Sure.
How would you rank this game compared to other Spider-Man titles? Oh well,
This
that's
is like
kinda easy.
overall in general, right?
Yep.
Yeah, overall in general.
Oh,
Personally,
that's tough.
I would actually rate this above like most Spider-Man games, even some of the better ones, like most noteworthy ones like Spider-Man 2. People I talk about, I would rate this above that as well. It does everything that game could do times 20. No, the only games that I would like compare it to in terms of like just raw combat and gameplay would be like the Shattered Dimensions and Edge of Time games, because those games have a higher emphasis on combat rather than like landscape type thing. But
Yeah.
Asami games not only brings like stuff comparable to those games, but you also have like the open world aspect like you get from your typical Spider-Man game, right? So it's a really, really top tier game in those
Man, I
regards.
might get hung out to dry for this one. So maybe it's because of nostalgia for me. I
put
put
nostalgia
it,
aside.
I put it pretty close to other than Spider-Man 2. That's the easy one. Actually, the game before, I actually really have a soft spot for Spider-Man 2002, the game, or
Yeah, that's a fun game.
based on the first Raimi movie. Mostly because it kept the spirit of Neversoft. If you've played the Neversoft Spider-Mans, those are up there too. I love those games. They're simple,
yeah.
but they have so much in them. Like there's so many villains and cameo heroes you don't even see in the new games ever. You get like 2. That game had like most of the Marvel characters in it. So I rank it up there with my top. I'd say it's in my top 5 at least.
Yeah, for me, I probably would put it up there next to Spider-Man 2, which is the obvious, and Web of Shadows. The same thing, like I said about Marvel's Spider-Man. That's just how I feel because I enjoyed playing Spider-Man 2, as well as Web of Shadows.
Mm-hmm.
I probably put Miles Morales over Spider-Man 2, Ultimate Spider-Man. Shoot. Probably just those in general because there's a lot of so many Spider-Man games, like not even just open world ones, like the Neversoft ones, the Shattered Dimensions, Edge of Times. There's a lot of Spider-Man games, like they're all like different in their own way. So I would say I would definitely put in my top 5 of Spider-Man games. This I would say is over the other 2 games I mentioned. I would say there is neck to neck between their last game. Yeah.
If I had compared this to like the original Spider-Man PS4 game, though, I would honestly put it below. At first, I was like, no, I'll put this above though, because it has so much to offer. But I'm like, now thinking about it though, like it's more flawed than the original, only because of it being an expansion rather than a direct sequel. You know what I mean?
It does hold its weight, in my
Yeah.
opinion. It definitely does hold its weight.
Dude, her back is obliterated. Forget her neck.
Gwen
But,
Stacy breaking a neck.
Who wanna go
Oh.
next?
I'll go real quick. I mean, definitely top 5. Like, my answer is pretty simple. It's not like the greatest Spider-Man game of all time, but in terms of like everything else that we've gotten, like Amazing Spider-Man 2, the game was trash. We
One
definitely.
day you will play that, and one day
No,
you
he
will.
can't.
Oh yeah, it's
We'll
super.
find a
Isn't it
way.
rare?
Yeah, it's rare now.
Ugh.
If I get it for cheap, then maybe, but it's like $70 or $100. I'm not spending that much for that game. But
Yeah.
but yeah, it's definitely better than all that stuff in the past. But in terms of like content, substance, and all that other stuff with Spider-Man, I definitely think that there is other Spider-Mans that are above this one. But it's not bad. Being in top 5, definitely not bad for this game. So anyone else on rankings?
I would also put it up there with Spider-Man 2 and everything else. I played Web of Shadows back in the day. I didn't get to play Spider-Man 2 or Shattered Dimensions or anything like that, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's a game I actually messed on Spider-Man 2. That's because my GameStop, the copy I got from GameStop, did not work. And by the time I could take it back though, the week was already up, so I couldn't get my money back. Let's just all right, fine. I sold it back to him years later though, so karma. Okay, everybody else gotta go.
Anyone else before we close out?
Yeah, hold up.
I think we covered everyone else.
This.
Nah, I didn't get a chance to play through the older one, so.
So this
Or
is
if
like top
the
3
one
for you.
I did, I couldn't. Yeah, it's like top 3. The one game I do remember playing, I
Only
think
played
it was on
3.
like PS1, but it doesn't compare to these for me.
You talk about Neversoft's game, right?
I don't remember which one it was, to be
You
honest.
said Spider-Man PS1, right? So there's 2 of them, which
Gotta
is
be. They're both made by the same company.
Spider-Man and
which-
Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro?
Enter Electro.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm
I was a
gonna-
child. I don't remember.
Yes.
I don't blame you. They're pretty old games. I still remember them, but I prefer the first one over the second one.
I hear a lot of people say that actually.
The second one's not bad, just the villains are less memorable compared to the first one.
You don't like Hammerhead?
No, I actually don't. I hate him.
Giving head.
I heard that shit.
Or what?
He said giving head. I heard that.
He has a big head.
You're not wrong about that. But anyone else going once, going twice? Sold to the spider hooker in red. All right, so we're going to log out, do outros. Mr. Brando, please take the floor.
All right. Cryo, you unfortunate bastard. Give us your intro right now.
All right. Well, you can follow me on Twitter with same as my name here, Cryo with a 0 gaming, as well as my YouTube channel.
All right, cool. Maverick Hunter James, man, give us your actual.
You can find me on Twitter at DevHunterJames.
That's it. No grandiose outro or anything.
Fine. Hookers and blackjack. There you go.
Ender, give us your outro.
I really enjoyed being on today's podcast, and you can follow me on Twitter at Enderlucian, Instagram, and Twitch, and I'm also on YouTube. All Enderlucian.
All right. Torres, give us your stuff. Yeah, whatever.
Boom, boom, boom. You can follow me on Instagram at The Art Phantoms. You can follow me on DeviantArt at The Art Phantoms, where I just post a bunch of art content, and our talent defines us.
All right. We this Miss Vulture, Vince Vulture. Give us your outro.
You can find me at twitch.tv/firstthevulture24, and you can find me on Twitter at Desiree_Veronica.
All right, sweet. And last but not least, you guys can find me on Twitter at
Hey, fuck off.
Renegade. Once again, I forgot about you. I'm sorry, man. Give us your outro.
Screw you. All right. You can find me on YouTube at Renegade Operative. You can find me on Twitter at RenOperative_, and you can find me on Twitch at Renegade_Operative. All I'll be doing is working on this podcast and playing the horrible game known as Battletoads 2020 with Kaneki and Drill tomorrow. So.
And he said it, not me.
I
know it's true.
Yeah.
Man, you know this man Drill's about to dip at the last minute and be like, "Damn work."
I'm gonna
Enjoy
well
Battletoads, sucker.
Well, then I'm gonna kill him tomorrow, so I'm gonna have a fresh body on my hands. Don't worry,
dude. He always does that. I'm telling you.
All right. Anyway, my outro now. You can find me on Twitter at Immortal Brando. You can find me on Twitch at Star Brando, and everywhere else is none of your damn business, because I said so. And thank you for joining us today. I hope you enjoy our conversations and whatnot, and have a blessed day, night, evening, where the hell it is for you in the world. Bye.
Eat snow.
She was snow. That shit melted here.
Lemon?
Eat the yellow snow anyway, Brandon.
It's brown over here, Chief.
What the